Salve ragazzuoli, in questo video vi racconto due giochi per il VIC-20, ma per la prima volta proverò a fare un video in inglese. Questo perché un utente che non parla italiano, che parla inglese, mi ha chiesto di portare questi due giochi e quindi per venirgli incontro proverò a presentarli in inglese. Perdonerete la mia pronuncia non proprio oxfordiana, gli utenti soliti del canale che parlano in italiano mi perdoneranno, proverò a fare questa cosa il meno possibile, ve lo prometto. Okay, so I will switch in English, starting now. And in this video, I will present you two video games for DevIC20. So this will be a double feature presentation. A user that speaks in English asked me to present these two video games. So I will try to present them in English. You will excuse my pronunciation that makes me sound a little bit like Super Mario. I acknowledge that I retain a pretty thick accent, but it is what it is. Okay, the first game that we will see is Bengo with the B, which is of course a clone of the classic Pengo arcade video game, a game that has been developed by Corland and published and distributed by Sega. It's a game from 1982, very famous video game. It has been ported for a lot of home console and computers. Also because since it's a game with a fixed screen like Pac-Man, it doesn't require any kind of scrolling, and so it's very easy to port it for less powerful computer or console, like for example the VIC-20. This Bengo video game has been released in 1983, as you can see, by Mr. Micro, which is a British software house. We can take a look at a review that I found for this game that has been published, I guess, in 1983 or 1984 in Computer and Video Game Magazine. So let's see. When Bengo meets the Snow Yetis, driven wild by the smell of human blood, Bengo is set upon by some murderous Yeti monster. Okay, I don't know if the who is set by the smell of human blood is Bengo or the Yeti monsters. I hope are the Yeti monsters. Can you save a harassed Eskimo from a very sticky end? Set in the frozen wasteland of an Arctic ice field, Bengo is trying to get the best of the Snow Yetis. He has found that the best way of dealing with these airy nasties is to hard block of ice in their direction and squash them. Okay, the screen is covered in block. Okay, whatever. Very similar to the arcade game Pengo, on which Bengo is based. Okay. Is the same as Pengo. Okay, it's possible to maneuver. Okay, there are 9 difficulty levels, and on the ninth, life is fraught with danger as the pace becomes very hectic, with Yetis and ice blocks whistling around the screen. Okay, I did find this is the conclusion of the review. I did find Bengo somewhat repetitive, as the game didn't change in the various levels, other than the addition of extra Yetis moving around at a greater speed. However, graphically and with its fast action, it is one of the better games for the unexpanded VIC-20. Okay, so the main takeaway point is this game runs on unexpanded VIC-20, so it runs on the basic 3 kilobytes of the machine. Okay, let's take a look at the game. F1, okay, by Jason Benham. Bengo, okay, is arch nemesis. There's no Yetis. Okay, use the joystick. Kill Snow Yetis. Okay, it's the same as Bengo. Okay, let's see how it works. Loading Bengo. Okay, the level. Let me input the level. Okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, we move around. It looks like a penguin. Okay, so it's the pace it's a little bit slower than the arcade Pingo, but for being a game that runs on the unexpanded VIC-20, I would say that the graphic is pretty impressive. The controls are so and so. Okay, I would say. Let's see if I can... No, okay. I got killed. It's a little bit more... So the general pace, it looks slower, but we will find... I did find quickly that it's actually pretty... It gets pretty frantic pretty soon. Another thing that is lacking with respect to the arcade, that there are no the ice blocks with the diamonds that you can align in the arcade game to get a bonus and then the level quicker. Okay, I can block the monsters, and it looks to me that the monsters do not break the ice blocks. So at the beginning, the blocks that are colored and are shown at the beginning at the level are the looks like they are the blocks in which the monsters are trapped and from which they release at the beginning of the level. So I would say that at variance with the arcade game, there are no new monsters that appear, but so those are the initial 4, and those are all the monsters that we will encounter. Okay, I've been killed again, but it looked I mean, I got this impression that one block was broken by one of the monsters, so probably they can break the ice. Yes, okay, so I take back what I just said. They do break the ice, so we cannot imprison them or block them with the block ice for a very long time. They will eventually break the ice blocks. Otherwise, it would have been too easy. Another thing that is lacking with respect to the arcade game is that you cannot hit the border of the screen to stun the monsters. But apart from that, I would say that it plays very similar to the arcade game. It's a very nice port, I would say. Also considering that it runs on the unexpanded machine, so I'm satisfied with this game. I never played it before, and I have to say that it's very funny. The animations are... Oh, I cannot break this. Why I cannot break this? Ah, okay. I cannot break ice blocks that are on the border. This I didn't know. So this I cannot break. This, yes. Okay. Another thing to... Okay, I can break it, but not pushing it toward the screen edges. This is... okay. This is different. Okay, I missed it. Okay. Okay. The music is a little bit repetitive, but I mean, it's still the VIC-20, so I can accept it. Now it's blocked. Okay. And we got, as we see, a bonus for the time left and for each Snow Yeti that we killed. Okay, I have to remember this fact that you cannot break the ice blocks pushing them toward the edges of the screen. No, okay, this was a glitch because I did push the ice block toward the monster and it didn't die. Okay. So probably there are a little bit of problems with the Oh yes, there are some problems with the sprite collision. Okay, let me try again for the last time. So 2 times it happened that the monster or the ice block passed through the monster. So, oh Jesus. Okay, no, this was my fault because the monster was able to destroy the block before I pushed it. So, oh Jesus. Okay. So, I would say that it's a little bit tough, I would say. Oh Jesus. The artificial intelligence of the monster is very primitive, so we can see that they just go in random directions, so they do not chase you. But again, this is okay for being a VIC 20 game. I do accept it. Let's see. I remember that Pengo was one of my favorite arcade games. I did find it very, very, very funny. A very clever, oh Jesus, variation on the... And then they get stuck. I don't know if this is... Okay. They get stuck for a little bit. Maybe it's a bug, I don't know. Oh jeez, no, this is really a bug. I did push the ice block. Okay, but if I do like... Ah, yes, I can destroy the ice blocks where the monster are hidden if I move them or if I crash them before the level starts. So I would say that all in all, this is a very nice port of Pengo on the VIC 20. It's a little bit harder, I would say, because it's very frenetic. The action it's really fast. So I would say that it's a very nice game for the VIC 20, and I encourage everyone to try it because it's harder than it looks, or maybe I just suck at this game. Okay, this is the first game. In a bit I will present you the next one. See you in a bit. Here we are with the second game, which is none less than the big motherfucker of first-person shooter, that is Doom. Doom ported on the VIC 20, that's right. The original Doom is a very famous video game, probably the most famous video game of all time, released in 1993 by ID Software, and it was ported in 2013 for the VIC 20 by a guy named Quipa, coder named Quipa, that ported Doom for the VIC 20. The project is called Vic Doom. I will link the page of the GitHub developer in the description of the video, so you can download it and test it. This is of course a butchered down, cut down version of Doom. The levels are simplified. There are less weapons, no secret levels. The graphic, of course, is very simplified. In particular, the game window is quite small, but it is still Doom running on a VIC 20. Of course, this requires this old bastard to be set on full throttle, meaning that we require the full memory expansion of 32 kilobytes for the VIC 20, that summing with the base 3 kilobytes of the machine sum up to 35 kilobytes. And it's impressive to see that in this 35 kilobytes Quipa has been able to squeeze the game and make it run on the VIC 20. Let's try this game. Okay, we can choose the 4 episodes of Doom. Let's start with the first one. easy difficulty, entering hangar. Okay, so this, as you can see, the colors, the graphic, it's almost monochromatic, but someone is shooting at me. This is someone. This is a marine, Chaos Marine, 2 Chaos Marine. I got the ammo. Okay. The frame rate, as I was saying, it's a little bit choppy, but I mean, we are running Doom on the VIC-20. We cannot complain too much. Okay, I got the armor. The music, it's simplified, but it's still the Doom music. So I will say that so far this is fucking awesome. Let's see if we can go here. No, this is the entrance. Okay. Okay. You can play only with the keyboard, but I did set up the emulator controls so that I can use a controller. Oh, I feel like someone is shooting at me. There you are. Okay, this is really impressive. I got a medikit. Okay, one like for Linux, no? You know that for Linux, one of the challenge is to try to make Linux distribution run on the oldest hardware available. Sometimes Linux developer and coder try to do this kind of challenge. Let's take the oldest computer that you have, and let's see if we can install and run Linux on it. There is the imps are here and they shoot me, but I can run faster than their fireball. Okay. So I was saying that for Doom, pretty much the same thing happened. Developers and coders. Okay. I really need a shotgun, otherwise they will fuck me up. So I was saying developer and coders always try to run Doom on every hardware that becomes available. I've seen Doom running on graphical calculators. I've seen Doom running inside Doom. It's a pretty neat video on YouTube that you can look for. You got the ammo, okay? I also seen Doom running in a computer that's been created in Minecraft, and of course you can try to run Doom on a VIC-20 and it works. Okay. It's a little bit difficult to distinguish the enemies from far away. Die. There we are. I got the ammo. Okay, there are also the barrels that we can make explode. So pretty much I would say that the game is here. The major letdown of this version, of course, is the frame rate. The game is very, very choppy, but as I said, it's still running on 35 kilobytes. So I think we can be more than happy. Okay, what happened? Okay, I've been teleported somewhere. No, what happened? I don't know. I've been teleported. Maybe this was I don't know. What was it? Was it just a door? Maybe. Okay. Map complete. Okay, second level. Kills 92. Item 37. No secret. Okay, there are some secrets around, but there are no secret levels, of course. Press a key. Nuclear plant. So I will just play. I will just play a little bit until I get killed. Okay, this effect is when we shoot. You cannot see your hand holding the weapon. Okay, I killed someone here. Got the ammo. But I really wanted to get... You need the red key. Okay. What I really needed here was the... Oh, who's shooting me? Was the shotgun, of course. I didn't find it, but that's okay. I mean, we are just trying this part. I don't want to finish it at all. Okay. As you can see, okay, so the doors close automatically. You can, yeah. Oh Jesus, I got an imp fireball in my face. Okay. The level maps is of course simplified. They are less. The level. This is the red card. The levels are way smaller, but I don't know. What? Okay. Okay. I hear doors opening and closing. Was it a secret, maybe? I guess it was a secret. Whatever, okay, we got... No, it's opening now? Yes. Okay. Okay, I think I got back at the beginning of the map. It's not very easy to navigate. There is also a map, an auto map option, but I'm not using it. Let's see if maybe this is the red door, or was it down there? Let me see. Ah, okay. This is nuclear toxic waste that I cannot work on unless I have the radiation suit. Oh, demons arrive. Okay, the graphic is pretty impressive for being VIC 20. And, who's shooting? Okay. I got ammo. Okay. I got other ammos. Okay, there is an imp here. Okay. I was curious to find the shotgun or some other weapons, but I was not able to find them so far. Okay. 45 items, 0 secrets. The par is 45 seconds. Okay. Toxin refinery. Okay. What is this? The shotgun. Okay. To select the shotgun, I think that I need to press keyboard number 2, but I cannot hear. Sorry, let me try to set the virtual keyboard for a second, and I will reconvene in a second. Hold on. Okay, I was able to set the virtual keyboard and change to the shotgun. So now we can use the shotgun. But we only have 18 shells. Okay. So pressing the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, we can... what is this? Okay, it's It's an elevator? I don't know. So pressing the numbers 1, 2, 4, we can change the weapons. So we have to set them somewhere on the pad to be able to switch weapons. And die. Okay. Okay. They're busting my ass. Ammo, but I would like to find some shotgun shell. Okay. The shotgun it's way more effective than the pistol, the starting gun. Okay, blue keycard. Okay, but I didn't find the blue door, so I don't know where I should go now. Navigating this monochromatic maze, it's really a mess, but it is still fun. Okay, here there's nothing. Let's avoid the toxic waste. So you can go back and forth, strafe left and right. Of course, shoot, activate the maybe this one. Activate the doors. This is not a door. But this is the room with this button that I don't know what it does. Maybe I should go in here. Yes, I see someone moving, so die. Let's see if I can find the blue door. Okay, avoiding the fireballs of the imps. With this frame rate, it's way harder than in the original game. The green keycards, okay. And you move really slow, so it's very hard to shotgun shell. Okay, but I'm almost out, so I will switch back to the pistol, for which I have way more ammos. Let's see if I can find the doors. Maybe this. No, I've been here. I can see the corpses. Okay, I never been here, so die. Okay. So you can see the graphic is extremely simplified, extremely limited, but the game more or less is here. Of course, it's very slow, so in a way it's more difficult. Let me switch again to the shotgun. Okay. Someone is shooting at me. Another imp. Okay. So, a medikit here, which is good. Let's see what else. Here there is nothing. Let's see what's in here. What's that? Nothing. Let me go on the other side of the room. Okay. You got the ammo, but there is nothing in here. I cannot do anything. But okay, there is another medikit. I'm wondering if I can go in the central part. Okay, so I used. Okay, this is the exit of the. Okay, map complete. Did I find some secret? I guess I did not. Okay, so far this game it's really impressive. Really impressive. I think it's almost unbelievable that the Doom is running on the VIC-20, despite the memory expansion, full memory expansion, 35 kilobytes. Still. Okay. Also the music, although simplified, it's still the music of Doom. Let's try to get. Okay, you need the red key. Okay, let's try to get ammo. Dai. Okay, another medikit. Okay. We got the ammo. Nothing much here. Let's see. Maybe I have to go back. As I said, navigating in this with this graphic is a little bit more complicated than it looks, because it's not so easy to distinguish the different part. No, sorry. There we go. It's not so difficult, so easy to distinguish the different part of the scenery. It really looks like that you are going in circle. Maybe you can use the auto map to find to navigate it more easily. Ah, yeah. Okay, the door closed. Dai. Okay. Okay, they hit me hard. Is there something in here? Yes, the blue keycard. Now, I should in principle be able to go back to the previous section. Let's see if I can do it. I think it was here. Maybe it was here. Was this one? No, this was the red. Okay. So maybe I have to go the other way. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. So on the other side of this blue building, probably, there should be the blue door. No, here I've been already. So maybe here. Poi, okay. It's a little bit difficult also to realize when there are enemies around. Ammo. Medikit. Okay. No, what's that? Nothing. Okay. Yeah. Weird sounds. Maybe those are just okay, no. It was the fireball of the imp. Okay, I blew up a little bit of these barrels. I think I got back at the beginning. Okay, I got a little bit stuck, but that's okay. Okay, I'm not going any further in this gameplay. I think you got the idea. The game it's really awesome. It's really impressive what they've been able to squeeze in 35 kilobytes for the VIC-20. The game essentially is here. Okay, it's simplified. The graphic is less defined, less colorful. The game area, game screen, it's quite small. The frame rate it's very choppy, but it's still Doom running on a VIC-20. I have to say that I'm really impressed. I never tried this before. This was the first time for me, and it really impressed me. Okay, so thanks for requesting these two video games. They've been really fun to play, and I will switch to Italian now. Ok, volevo ringraziarvi per aver avuto la pazienza di seguire questo video in inglese, se l'avete fatto, se avete avuto questa pazienza. Scusate ancora per la pronuncia che non è perfetta, ma insomma si fa quel che si può. Ok, devo dire che comunque è stato molto divertente. Ci vediamo alla prossima, ciao!